Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I typically upload these videos on Sundays, but I uploaded my candle day haul on Sunday, so this is going up a few days later. I have a ton of wax to talk about. Let's start off with candles like I normally do. So I'm going to be, I don't believe I've talked in depth about this yet. I'm going to be starting a home fragrance wax and candles type of project pan. This is at the top of the list. This is a winter candy apple, which I have been working on. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. I like marked it a little bit there. This is from 2015. It's like, it's fine. Like, but you can tell. Look at that wax. It's old. The notes on this are candied apple, sweet orange zest, and a touch of winter musk. Those are not the same notes even as they have out like in potentially recent years. For sure the candle I just picked up at Candle Day had different notes. So I got a candle warmer coming. This will probably be the first one to go on it. Like, look how tiny those wicks are. It's doing fine, but I'm like, this is so old and it doesn't hardly throw. I'm debating, I don't know if I should chop it, just like it needs to just be done. So this is the first one that's on the list of like, gotta get out of here. I may just be like, put it right on my like hot plate just cause it's time. The next one I was also working on, if you guys follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is Sense with Ashley P. I've posted about a lot of these. The next one's Spiced Apple Totti. I've only burned this like once, I think. My favorite. I got this at last year's Candle Day. Notes are warm apple brandy, spiced plum, tart cranberry, and cinnamon stick. So I didn't pick up another one at this year's Candle Day just because I have this whole one, and hopefully I'll just buy one right at the start of next winter season. This one burned okay. The wicks aren't like, they're a little mushroomy, but they're more substantial than like my winter candy apples. So I don't know. I love the scent of this though. Worst case scenario, it goes on the warmer, I guess. I don't know. Speaking of horrid performance, I'm burning a 'Tis the Season. I posted that on my Instagram as well. I've probably burned that one like 5 or so times. The first time it didn't really pull out very well. The second time I had to cotton ball it. It now has like tin foil wrapped around it. That's why I didn't bring it up here, because it's literally, I just like taped the tin foil because I'm like, it's never coming out of the tin foil. It's performing horribly. So as soon as my candle crock comes, it's gonna be right on the list after Winter Candy Apple. It's from last year's Candle Day, and I know a lot of the Candle Day candles from last year didn't actually perform very well. I don't know what it is, like especially this week I just have a lot of bad performers. Another bad performer is this Glade candle. The scent is something about gingerbread. It's light in like smelling it on cold, but it smells fine. It had 0 throw, and look at this burn. What is that? What? First of all, this wick, but what is this burn? I might try and like chop this up, honestly, cause it's just like a very small amount of wax. I'm so disappointed in this. I don't know what I expected from a Glade candle, but like honestly, I expected a little bit more than that. That's putrid to me. The only candle that burned like semi-okay, besides the Spiced Apple Totti, was Goose Creek Trick or Treat. Not seasonal, I understand. But I've had no issues with the burns on these. So the wicks are typically fine. This smells so good. It's a little bit caramel apple, but there's like a lot of other things going on. Like the notes are crazy with what's in here. But I think it just like really rounds it out to be like a nice caramel apple fall type scent. So I really just wanted to burn it to test it out. Like, do I like it or not? Because I'm finding with these Goose Creek candles, the ones I thought I was really gonna love, I don't. And then the ones I was like not expecting to like, I actually love. So I'm trying to burn them like at least a couple times, even though like this one, like they're not necessarily seasonally appropriate. So I was a big fan of this. Like I said, only decent burner for the week. Okay, so let's get into this big situation. So let's go through all the wax I got through upstairs, which is not Scentsy wax. Okay, I think this is the only non-Walmart. This is Aldi's Chai Latte. Honestly, I wasn't super impressed by this. I liked the other two Aldi scents I got. It's like a little bit cinnamony chai. It's not like latte like coffee necessarily. I don't know. I wasn't like the biggest fan of it. It lasted okay. I just was like a background scent to me. It wasn't one that I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. It was just like, it kind of almost was just like cleanses the air because it was like nothing was going. Just being honest. At the start of the week, I did Birchwood Bonfire from Better Homes and Gardens. I was expecting this to be like not up my alley, super like fire, like I'm scents with like fireside or like this is bonfire, like those smokier scents make me really nervous. I've heard of some people being like they set off my like my fire alarms, like my smoke detector in my house before, which really scares me. Also, like, you know when you go to a bonfire and when you get home you're like, I have to wash my hair, I have to like wash all my clothes, I smell horrid, I smell like fire. So I'm just like on the edge. It's like that bonfire, but like a men's cologne. Like you're sitting next to a really good smelling man at a bonfire. So I was a little bit nervous because it's very strong on cold. When warming, it was so pleasant. I was really pleasantly surprised with this. Not saying like I would go out and buy so many of them and like clear out the shelves, but like it was nice and I'm glad to finish up like the rest. I guess that's what I'll say. Honey Crisp Cider. This was just like a good classic cider scent. Yes, it's very like red apple cider. It does say, oh, I thought it said pear for some reason. Yeah, it's really just like a good red apple fruity cider. Very nice. Spiced pumpkin pie. This is like such a generic pie scent. Like, or like pumpkin scent, sorry. Doesn't necessarily smell like pie, just smells like bakery pumpkin. I feel like you can get this so many times over. Wasn't like wowed by it. Once again, kind of just background scent. Pumpkin cider. This was really good. This is like, I don't even know that I would call it pumpkin, but this has like a cidery, almost boozy type of note in like the best way. Like typically, if it's like a dark boozy note, like a rum or like those types of things, I'm like, If it's like a champagne, it's okay, like an effervescentness about it. This was good. It just has that like bubbly kind of booziness in such a good way. It doesn't necessarily smell like pumpkins. It smells like cider that's either been like infused with champagne or something, like something bubbly. It was so good warming. It really filled up my whole upstairs and I was thoroughly impressed. Okay, we also have lemon pumpkin shortbread. This one was really good actually. Okay, I was not expecting to like this because I'm not really a lemon person. It really does smell like lemon shortbread. I don't know about like pumpkin. Once again, I feel like pumpkin's just so like to me. I like apples and pumpkins mixed together. I just don't generally like pumpkin on its own. So I guess I'm team apple. I don't know. This was like a lemon type of cake though or something. It was really good. I would probably buy another one of those, honestly. And then last for non-Scentsy, I had banana pumpkin bread. This kind of smelled the same as the lemon, but banana. It genuinely smells like banana. Once again, pumpkin, but like banana bread, yeah. Personally, if I had to pick between which one I would buy again, I'd probably buy the lemon one. I really liked the lemon one. It shocked me. Okay, so let's talk about Scentsy Wax. Why don't we start off with this big guy, Arctic Kiss. So this is the scent of the month for December. I went through, it's not folding very well. I went through this cube right here, put this downstairs in my open concept, which is where I typically put all of my Scentsy stuff, unless it's a bedroom. Okay, the notes, like the generic notes on this, are Arctic Mint, Fresh Air, Vanilla Clouds. I think the like top, mid, and base notes describe it better. Top notes are watery greens and sparkling melon. Mid notes, cool mint, fresh air accord. Base notes, warm amber and fluffy vanilla. I don't so much get the melon. I feel like I get that like watery greens, grassy, earthy, like it's really watery greens. Like I get that. It definitely is like one of the first things I get. The melon is maybe like a hint in the background of melon. I don't get melon that slaps me in the face whatsoever. I definitely get fresh air accord. It really does smell like this. When I put it in, I was like, I'm just gonna like try and like clean everything out essentially. It really freshened up the air. It's definitely not something I would use during December. This to me is like spring, like winter to spring. Right now I want like those bakery, really cranberry, like, you know, deeper type of things. Cinnamon. This is like completely opposite. It's nice. It's just, it was weird for this season. It definitely has that amber perfumey. I think the vanilla just kind of like flattens it out. I don't like specifically get vanilla. So I enjoy this. I have plenty of it, as you can tell. I have this brick. I have bars from my like kit. So I have plenty of this to go through. Is it club worthy for me? Not necessarily at this time. Will I feel differently about it when it's like winter to spring, like maybe February, March? Maybe. This is just kind of weird to me for December. So that's that. Okay, the rest is Bring Back My Bar. I'm really working on testing all of the Bring Back My Bars I got. So my stuff's falling. Let's just begin wherever I started. Okay, the first one I put in literally right after I filmed my video was Quiet Grove. And I did this one first because it has no top, so it's kind of like hard to open. The notes on this are a soft spell of bergamot, jasmine, and sandalwood. It really just smells like a unisex, really nice perfumey. It's nice. Is it my favorite of the more like bedroom type scents that are in this? I don't know. I really enjoyed it, but now that I'm smelling it again after some other ones I've melted, sorry. I don't know. I liked it, but at the beginning I was like, this is my favorite. Now that I've gone through a couple others, I don't know that this is my favorite of the more bedroom scents. Obviously, I have plenty more to test in that scenario. But no, I feel like now, originally when I smelled it, it was like very cold and I got more of the like sandalwood and jasmine. Now I'm getting more of the bergamot and I would prefer the jasmine and sandalwood. So that's just my opinion. Okay. Next we have Vanilla Suede. I used 1 cube in the bedroom bathroom as well because like we have a master, it's connected. This I was not a fan of on Cold Sniff. The notes are classic vanilla with rich amber and hints of sandalwood and spice. Subtly masculine, it says. It's more than subtly masculine to me. It's like an old man's cologne. So I was just like, I cannot do this in my open concept. I'll throw up. So it went in the bathroom, which like wafts into our bedroom. It was better than I thought it would be. I'm still like not a fan of it. It almost like has a weird scent memory it triggers for me. I don't know what it is, but when I smell it, I just like think of something that I don't like. So I don't know if that's part of it, but it just like reminds me of something that almost makes me like irritated. Maybe my ex-boyfriend or something used to wear this like as a cologne. I don't know. It's just something that like makes me mad, kind of, that I'm like not super into. So I'll use up the rest of this bar. Definitely not in the open concept because no. But it's not my favorite, that's for sure. But I don't know if like I genuinely don't like it or if it just is reminding me of something that I don't like the scent association. It's very like, it's really strange. I don't feel like I've ever had that before. The next one I went through is Apple S'mores. This one did go into the open concept area. This is, it's got a lot. Harvest apples, cinnamon glaze, drop of coconut milk, classic toasted marshmallow, vanilla cream, warm cedar wood. This is like the most scents or notes I've ever seen from Scentsy, honestly. This one is so weird to me. When I think of, okay, it's called Apple S'mores. Does anyone eat s'mores that contain apple? I don't know what this name is supposed to insinuate. I get the apple. I get something like the coconut milk or something. This went through phases with me. At first I was like, this just kind of smells off in a way. Then as it was warming, I was like, okay, it's like not so bad. And then it would warm a little bit more and I was like, oh, I actually think I smelled something I liked. And then like it would start the whole process over. So it went for a couple of days and I really couldn't figure it out. I don't think I've put this in my club or anything because I just am like, I'm not sold by any means. I know a ton of people love this, but I'm like, I don't know what I'm getting. It seems like there's just too much going on maybe for me. Like it smells like you're at a fire making s'mores, but it smells like you're trying to like make apple pie and like it's just weird. And then it says there's coconut in there. It's just not what I'm necessarily wanting my house to smell like. So I think I just like, that's the final conclusion I came to. Definitely warm the rest of it. None of these am I like, oh, I'm not the person who's like, just throw it out, I'm not gonna use it. Like it's gotta be pretty bad for that to happen. So I'll warm it, but I'm still confused about it. The one I think is my fave so far is Plum and White Woods. This is sweet raspberry preserves and damson plum weave through vanilla orchid. This is so wonderful. It's plum, it's a little bit of floral, maybe a hint of fruitiness. This went into the bathroom. So good. Definitely one that I put in my club. I think this is maybe one of the only bedroom-esque ones that will stay in my club. Just because the other ones, like, I don't want to put so much in my club. My club's already ridiculous. So, I think this will be, like, the bedroom choice. If you're a Plum fan, I would definitely recommend this. It's only got, like, a hint of floral and maybe a hint of fruit. It's really, like, a plummy, perfumey. It was lovely. I was a big fan of that one. And I like that one on cold sniff, so I figured it would be good. The next one for the bedroom was Vanilla Oud. The scents, the notes on this were sweet vanilla grounded by leather and earthy old wood. This is like, I know even every time I try to describe this, I'm just like, I have no idea. It's like vanilla with a hint of leather. I don't know necessarily about the wood, but like I can see almost like some type of leather car seat or leather jacket maybe, but there's definitely like that vanilla. This was fine in the bedroom. It threw fairly well. I think this and the Vanilla Suede are just like too perfumey, leathery, amber, whatever. it just like puts me in a weird, like I like them, but I don't at the same time. It's very strange. So only 2 left. The next one was Central Park Pralines. The lighting's killing this. A decadent confection of rich roasted pecans, buttery caramel, and cinnamon. So when I smelled this at like first sniffs or whatever, I was like, it smells like nothing. Like it smells like nuts, maybe. I don't, like it wasn't blowing me away, I guess, by any means. It's still kind of like on this cold sniff right now. It's kind of like, whatever. When this was warming, I went through a really weird series of phases with this. When this was warming, I was like, wow, this is really just like in the background, kind of. But then as it came through, it was almost like it was definitely those like rich roasted pecans, like nuttiness, but in a good way. I think this really was nice. I like lit a candle with it that was like fruity, and so it gave it like that fruity nuttiness. It was nice that way. I don't know how I feel about this. I ended up adding it to my club just in case I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. But I'm still not sure. I feel like it's nice to have because you can mix it with a lot of things. But I don't know. I don't know if I should try to like mix it with something more fruity, or like I said, it did really well with like my more fruity candles. So I'm like kind of on the fence about this one as like a club contender. Worst case, I get it one more time in my club, and if I hate it, whatever. But it didn't like blow me away, but I was like kind of intrigued. So I don't know. The last one is Peppermint Dreams. So the scent notes on this are a warm rush of chocolate cupcake sweetness, cooled by a blast of fresh mint. This one is definitely like spearmint gum mint, like super, super in your face mint. It's not like sweet buttermint or like those types of like mints, but they're sweet, I guess. They're not as offensive, maybe. I get like maybe a hint of chocolate on cold. When warming, I get the chocolate more. The mint is definitely in the air. It's definitely like you're gonna clear out your sinuses. I put this in last night. It was fine. I moved a bunch of warmers yesterday, so I actually have this one right here. That's the Glimmer and Glow. I love that one. It used to be downstairs and on display. We got a new couch. It was a whole thing. I had to move a bunch of stuff around. So I moved around some warmers. So this is what ended up going in after I moved the warmers. It was doing fine. We left and like looked at some Christmas lights, ate dinner, that type of thing. We came back, so the warmers were on. Because my downstairs warmers are on timers. So I typically like don't mess with them throughout the day because they turn on and off automatically, which is wonderful, I just have to say. So we came home. They were obviously running while we were gone. Corey was like, holy cow, it's way too minty down here. Like, he was like, not a fan. He was like offended. I was like, you don't, because, okay, he liked marshmallow mint cocoa when it was going in my office. Not that this one smelled like this. It is a more offensive mint, but it kind of has the same vibe. Like, it's like minty chocolate. It's kind of the same, you know? It's just a little bit more like pungent peppermint. So he was like, oh my gosh, like I'm choking type of thing. So I turned off the warmers, and then it lingered for like a good 2 hours. So I was like, I'm so sorry. But I was like, what? I turned the warmers off. What do you want me to do? You know what I mean? But I was enjoying it. Not to the point where I was enjoying it more than like marshmallow mint cocoa, but like I liked it. I'll gladly finish up the rest of the cubes. So I turned it back on today. He's gone. So I turned him back on. And then it kind of like petered out. Like it really only probably ran for maybe 4 hours yesterday, and it was like strong. I turned him on today and it's kind of just like slightly there. So bad performance, honestly. I don't know if that's just like a mint thing, like it kind of just like peters out, but because I kind of noticed that with the marshmallow mint cocoa as well, so maybe that's just its thing. It's like strong when you have it on, and once you try again for the second time, it's like, nah, we already tried. So of course now that he's gone, it's like not really that strong, but I'll probably change the warmers out before he comes home, especially since it's like not really there anymore. But I'll probably try to change him out just in case he's like still offended. So this one definitely won't be going into the club, and I definitely much prefer marshmallow mint cocoa, so not even a competition. Okay, so that's everything I've been warming through. I have a bunch of Bring Back My Bars on the docket still, so next Sunday we'll probably talk about more of those, and then I have a lot of like winter Walmart wax to go through as well. Hopefully I'll have some more candles that I can chat about. But yeah, that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed these videos. I love making these videos and just like chatting about home fragrance. So probably some more of that to come later this week. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.